Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning into Oilers Nation After Dark. My name is Connor Halley. I'll be your host as per usual tonight on the show. Of course, we'll be recapping the Oilers 4-1 victory over the Dallas Stars. We'll be joined by Waz and Gavin The Intern. We'll get to the good, the bad, the oily. Take your thoughts on the YouTube and the Facebook chat. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. If you're on Facebook, do the same. And if you're watching on Twitter, like I say, give us a retweet. Let's spread the love. Let's get more viewers in here. Before we get to the action today, though, just on behalf of everyone of us here on Oilers Nation After Dark, we want to pass along our condolences to the families, the friends, and the colleagues of Constables Travis Jordan and Brett Ryan, who unfortunately lost their lives during the line of duty today, tragedy in our city. And we just wanted to start off our show passing along our condolences for them. Awful to see, and just wanted to mention that before we get going here. Of course, the Edmonton Oilers, as I mentioned already, victorious 4-1 over the Dallas Stars. And before we get to the good, the bad, the oily, we'll give you a quick recap of exactly what happened and what went down at Rogers Place, and started things off tonight. Very good for the Edmonton Oilers. Warren Foegele, I mean, this guy, since being a healthy scratch, has responded exactly how you need to when you get back into the lineup, and finishes off a goal tonight, his 12th of the season. Beautiful puck movement. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Evan Bouchard, they just work it around, and Foegele gets the tap in. Like I said, 12th of the season. That made it 1-0 for the Oilers in the first. Continuing on into the first, a shorty, Matthias Janmark, gets his 7th goal of the season, and really great awareness by Connor McDavid. I think when you have his speed and his ability, he saw that he could get past Dadonov along the boards to create a 2-on-1. He went for it. Janmark did the right thing when you're going in on a 2-on-1 with Connor McDavid. Stick on the ice, go to the net. You get rewarded, and Matthias Janmark was rewarded, certainly on that one. That was a shorthanded goal for the Oilers. They have 13 shorthanded goals, first in the league. That comes from our intern, Gavin. He's got all the great stats, so we had to pass that along as well. Second period, nothing really happened. Kind of a bit of a tame period. In the third, Wyatt Johnson would get on the board and break the Oilers' shutout, his 19th goal of the season, and it's going to be a frustrating one. The Oilers, Blue Jackets, and Canucks, the only teams in the NHL yet to record a shutout this season, but lots of games left. Maybe the Oilers can find a way to get it done. The Oilers would have an appropriate response, though, on the power play. Connor McDavid with number 57 on the season. And from the slot, Draisaitl finds him. Bouchard picks up an assist. He had 2 helpers on the evening. But Connor McDavid in the slot, if you're a Dallas Stars fan, you're probably wondering how the hell does that happen? And I know it's on the power play, but how do you let the leading scorer, the most accurate shooter in the game, walk in like that? He buries it past Ottinger. Oilers have a 3-1 lead, and then Matthias Janmark will get his 2nd goal of the season. Of the night, 8th of the season. Empty netter. Bukestad, what an effort to try to score. He hits the post. Thankfully, Matthias Janmark can ice it for the Oilers. 4-1 victory. Stuart Skinner on the night, 25 saves on 26 shots. The Oilers now stay in 3rd place with 84 points, a record now of 38, 23, and 8 on the season. We are scoreboard watching as we speak. Right now, the LA Kings, it was scoreless against the Blue Jackets. They now lead 2-0, so the Kings looks like they're going to continue to make up ground. Right now, the Flames lead the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2 in the second intermission. We'll see if the Flames can help the Oilers out a little bit in this one, and the Kraken taking on the Sharks midway through the second period. No score. Right now, though, let's get to the good, the bad, the oily, brought to you by Cornerstone Insurance. Cornerstone Insurance Brokers, Edmonton's premier boutique insurance brokerage with over 90 years of success and still growing. Visit cornerstoneins.ca/nation to get an online tenant or condo insurance quote in just a few minutes and use the discount code NATION for an exclusive rate. Find out why Cornerstone Insurance Brokers is ranked amongst the best in Alberta. For the good, the bad, the oily, we bring in our guest tonight on Oilers Nation After Dark. You know him as Waz. Waz, good evening. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Doing good. Appreciate you doing this tonight. For the good, the bad, the oily tonight, we'll start off with the good. And for the good on this evening, we're going to go with defensive shutdown And I mean, through the first two periods, the Oilers were doing a very good job kind of suffocating the Dallas Stars, not giving them too many opportunities. And when they did, Stuart Skinner was right there to make the save. It's kind of something for the most part, as of late, we've seen the Oilers really start to figure things out defensively, limiting other teams' opportunities, but defensively quite strong tonight.
Yeah, they're also now 6-2 with Matthias Ekholm in the lineup, which is pretty nice to hear. Shame that Stuart Skinner could not get that shout out. I was also thinking, I think all of us were thinking in the back of our mind, is it going to happen tonight against the Dallas Stars, the top team in the Central? And the best thing about this is that it was a defensive shutdown against one of the best teams in the Western Conference, right? Like, that's impressive, and the Oilers should really pat themselves on the back. It was a solid game, and I think right now we're kind of starting to see them play that kind of playoff hockey, getting ready for April.
100%. And yeah, a good team in the Dallas Stars could be a potential first round matchup. We don't know. Maybe the Oilers will surpass Seattle and take on the Kings. Let us know. Who'd you rather see in the first round of a potential series, the Stars or the Kings? Let us know in the chat. With the good comes the bad, and tonight the bad, I mean, we got to say it, shutout blown. I said it in my little ramble beforehand. The Oilers, the Canucks, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the three teams in the NHL yet to record a shutout this season. And I mean, you're going to give up goals, Waz. I totally understand that. But one, you have a bad change. Two, you let Johnson walk in there and get 3 shots in a row without picking them up. I saw people blaming pretty much every Oiler on the ice in that one.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm sure Stuart Skinner might say, "Hey guys, I can make the first 2, but can you pick him up so he doesn't get that third shot?" He should have had a shutout tonight.
Yeah, no, definitely. That comes down to team defense, and I think that's one thing, or the Oilers can look at practice, and this is where we kind of need to. This is what we need to work on, and not let this happen consistently. Like, fortunately, it only happened once. I think the Oilers' defense as a whole played pretty steady tonight alongside Stuart Skinner. And I also like the way Stuart Skinner kind of controls the crease. He really covers a lot of the ground and just saves a lot of shots.
100%. It's funny because I tweeted out that, if you were on Betway and you had bet the over in shots for Wyatt Johnson on that play and it was set at 2.5, you got it with that goal. He had 3 shots. The response, Cordell tells me 56, way too soft. Steve tells me CC and Nurse with a tutorial on how to stand still and do nothing.
I just want to say one quick thing. I think if we win a game 4-1, we shouldn't be looking to be blaming players or pointing fingers or Yamamoto didn't do this or Darnell Nurse did this. Let's enjoy the win, celebrate the win. It was a team victory. Darnell Nurse played fine. Yamamoto played fine. Sure, they could have had a goal or 2 extra there because if Yamamoto scored, but ultimately the team won. And we should be happy, and we should support our boys whenever they win.
The good tonight greatly outweighed the bad. Greatly. I mean, we have to have the bad, so that's why we're throwing in that shutout thing. Have a little bit of fun with it because it seems like that's what we just want to see. We want Stuart Skinner to get that shutout, but we'll get that out of the way. We'll continue to be a little more positive here on the way out. The Oily tonight, and for the Oily, we're going to go with special teams. Let me just grab my sheet here quickly. The power play tonight, 1 for 4, 25%. I'm going to say 1 for 3 because the one at the end, who cares? I mean, you're not really trying to. The urgency is not too high. So really, for all intents and purposes, 1 for 3. The penalty kill, perfect on the night. And, you talked about since the arrival of Matthias Janmark and what he's brought. He's probably allowed other players to slot down a little bit in the lineup. He gets out there for 2.5 minutes on the penalty kill, leads Oilers blue liners. Darnay was a minute 53, Darnell Nurse 2:07, and Cody Ceci 2:06. But always nice when the PK can hold up, especially against a team like the Dallas Stars.
Yes, that's the impressive part, especially that have the special teams basically especially the PK to have a solid night. Not allowing any goals against the Dallas Stars, right? The top team in the Western Conference, not the West, that's Vegas currently, in the Central. And the Central has been interesting this year, especially with the Avalanche having injury issues. So, full credit. I mean, I think this is something they can build off of and start to have a little bit more confidence on the PK. I think confidence should be huge going down the stretch here.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at in terms of just putting the puck in the net, total. The Oilers, obviously the best in the Western Conference, but the Dallas Stars second, 237 goals. They have guys that can put the puck in the net. I know they're missing Sagan, but a team that can score goals, and the Oilers did a pretty good job defensively of finding a way to shut them down. It's Oilers Nation After Dark. Connor Halley was. We've got Gavin the Intern. He's going to jump in a minute here. He's got some statistics he wants to share with us. This is the question here for you. And Dell brings it up on Facebook, and I think a few more people have on the YouTube chat. We saw the Robertson play on David. It was a bang play. We saw the knee come out. I don't know if it was a dirty play or if it was instincts by Robertson. But Dell says, how did he walk off the ice, or should I say skate off the ice unharmed? The way I look at it, it was 2-0 at that point. You can't take anything. You can't do a stupid thing and hurt yourself. These 2 points are too important in the standings. And then once McDavid was fine, I think maybe the players kind of forgot about it. What did you think about that play, was?
I think the response is fine. I don't know what else you wanted them to do. Like, did you want them to beat the absolute living crap out of Robertson? Like, it's tough to say because you don't want to take a dumb penalty and then, cost your team on the PK and maybe get this. The Dallas Stars could have gone back in the game if the Oilers absolutely went after Robertson and took a penalty, right? Maybe Robertson deserved a penalty as well, for sure. But it's one of those things where you kind of have to have some composure, right? And not let it get the best of you, because honestly, it's moments like that can really cost you.
Maynard Agent Spivey says thoughts on Robertson hit. It was ugly, but he's not Antoine Roussel. Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it. And when McDavid gets up and reacts like that, something happened. Like, I didn't really pick it up originally, but then you see the replay, and obviously it was close, and you don't like to see those sorts of things. Gregor had a good point, after hitting from behind and spitting, kneeing might be the most gutless things you see in hockey. If they meet again, and I kind of said, if this game gets out of hand, there might be something. There might be a conversation, but what's Robertson going to do? Because he's not going to be a willing combatant. You might have to just kind of jump him if that's going to happen. But the Oilers get the win. That's the big one here tonight. How about Matthias Janmark? There was a little discussion about sliding him into the Oily tonight. 2 goals. He's a Stars killer.
Yeah, I thought he had an awesome game. I think he definitely deserved it. He's been a great, I don't know if I would say great addition in the top 6, but he's been a good support player. And just to have him have a solid night, get some goals on the board, and see him smile, I was really happy for him. I think he deserves it. He's been working. He's a hard worker, I've noticed. He's very fast. He gets the puck deep into the offensive zone. So I think we should all be happy for Janmark.
Yeah, I love it. I loved his face too when he scored the empty net goal, looking at Bukestad. Like, not much of a celebration, just kind of staring him down after what Bukestad did. He seems to score those kind of clutch goals. The chat's going on here about Robertson here on YouTube. Arsing says a nurse skated to him, but he turned away. Some stranger says don't think it was intentional. Maynard again, Robertson versus Nuge. I'd like to see that. Robertson's got the size. I mean, he's like 6'3", 210. But I don't look at him and think he's a intimidating presence. I don't know if he's really too in favor of dropping the mitts in those situations. Stuart Skinner tonight, 25 of 26, further cementing himself between the pipes as this team's #1 undisputed goalie as we get into the playoffs. Now, the Oilers take on the Kraken on Saturday at 2. It is the birthday bash for the Oilers Nation. 15 years this thing's been going on. You can buy your tickets at nationgear.ca. All the money going towards free play for kids. You get a gift bag. You get a bunch of great stuff. There's going to be the celebrity bartenders. 2:00 start. I mean, I think we would say you probably have to go with Stuart Skinner in this game. It's a massive game. Could be 1 or 2 points in between. Is there some hesitation there from you, Oz?
Kind of like, I want to see Stu get a tiny bit of rest, maybe give Jack a chance. But then again, it's 2 crucial points, right? I think you would have to go Skinner. I think odds are he will start, and I think you gotta save Jack Campbell for one of these lower Pacific Division teams that are coming up. Even Arizona. So yeah, I'd probably have to give it to Skinner.
Why don't we bring in Gavin the Intern as well here, get his thoughts on this one, because Gavin, I know you want to jump in. You're going Skinner here.
Oh, I'm going to Skinner 100% here. You know, you ride the hot hand, and like you just said, Connor, he was 25 of 26 shots tonight with a 962 save percentage. Like, he won you this hockey game, so you ride him against Seattle in a huge game for the Edmonton Oilers.
I'm going to run through the upcoming opponents, and if we all agree that Stu gets the start on Saturday against the Kraken, then you've got the Sharks on Monday. Good opportunity for Campbell, I'd say.
Sure.
On Wednesday, you've got the Coyotes. There's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Saturday, you've got the Vegas Golden Knights. You got to go with Stu. But yeah, I mean, Jack Campbell has to get one of those starts, whether it's the Sharks or the Coyotes. How about in Edmonton, an 8:30 start, Coyotes Oilers? Why?
Yeah, that's weird. I was looking at that as well. That was strange.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I was kind of shaking my head, but oh well, what can you do?
Yeah, you play the game, have another cup of coffee, and as fans, we'll stay up late and watch it. And then for the post game here on Oilers Nation After Dark, we'll get there too. Bassam on Facebook says our enforcer Nuge wasn't on the ice. That's why Robertson got off the ice alive. Gavin, what did you think? I mean, the Oilers skated towards him. He wasn't going to do anything. Maybe there was some words exchanged immediately saying, I didn't mean to do it, but no fighting, no fisticuffs after that one.
Yeah, like I wasn't really expecting like a whole out line brawl after that one. And honestly, at the end result, we still won this hockey game. So that's all that matters. Yeah, you don't want to see Robertson take that hit on McDavid, who is your star player. But at the same time, like I don't really see anyone going after him after that. But like I said, we won the hockey game. So that's all I'm kind of looking towards.
Yeah, 2 points is 2 points at this point.
Yep.
Like if Robertson's out alive, fine. We don't have to play him until maybe the playoffs, right? Like, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where you're going to hurt them. Obviously, the Dallas Stars are in a fight for their division race as well. They got the Wild, who are only a point behind the Colorado Avalanche. You know they're going to surge. So beat them on the scoreboard. That's where you're going to hurt them. On Facebook, Rodney says, okay, guys, really stop the ridiculous nonsense of goalies. Stu is our starter, hands down. No one's disputing that, but you still have 13 games left. You have to get Jack Campbell in there eventually. You can't let Stuart Squidner run the table.
Yeah, you don't want to burn out your goalie. I think we had that issue maybe with Cam Talbot back when he was playing so many games, right? So got to balance it a little bit.
Yeah, nobody's disputing that one. I thought we touched on that beforehand. We're not going to argue that one. We got 116 people right now in YouTube's chat or viewing us, so make sure you hit that like button. Leon Draisaitl got up to 101 points on the evening, so maybe we can get 101 likes. That would be really great for us. Connor McDavid with the goal and the assist up to 131. Man, these guys just keep on keeping on. McDavid 3 goals away from 60 now. I had made a prediction at the start of the year that McDavid would just one-up Austin Matthews just to kind of rub salt in the wounds of the Leafs fans. I mean, he might 3 or 4 up him, Waz. I mean, this guy how crazy are you going if you're a member of the Stars coaching staff or fan base on that power play when McDavid walks right into the slot?
Sometimes it's inevitable. I think with Connor McDavid, that's the best way to put it. You can put as many defenders in front of him, he'll find a way around, or just shoot it top shelf. It's like we're so blessed to be living in the same timeline as Connor McDavid, right? And for some, even got to witness Wayne Gretzky, right? So it's I think every team is afraid to take on Connor McDavid, especially if you're a fan of the opposition. You're like, oh boy, we got to defend against McDavid. How is this going to go?
Yeah, I mean, Gavin, you threw a stat my way, and we'll get into it a little bit more here. But I want to quiz our viewers here. So if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can jump in, give us your thoughts. Connor McDavid reaches 130 points. He's the first NHL player to reach 130 points since 1995, 1996. So here's the question, and this is Gavin's statistic, not mine. Which was the last player to score 130 points in the regular season? It's going back almost like 30 years. We're creeping up on 30 years. Yeah. So we'll give the people a chance here. Waz, do you have any guesses who you think it might be?
Sorry, what was the question again?
The last player to score 130 points in the NHL.
Oh, Mario Lemieux.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
I'm good.
You know this stuff.
And it was cool too. And when Connor McDavid hit 129 points, that was the most points. So he actually surpassed Kucherov in the stat, most points by a player in the salary cap era as well.
Absolutely unbelievable. QF Pro says it was a Penguin. You were right. We've got a lot of Jaromir Jagr guesses. Maynard says Igor Ulanov. I love that answer, but I mean, 100 guy in our hearts, 150-point player. Yeah, McDavid gave him a tongue lash. That's what someone says regarding the Robertson play. That was from some stranger, and that maybe just that look from Connor McDavid, you feel a little bit disappointed for that one.
Brendan Escott actually did tweet out earlier during the game. Ekholm had a conversation with Jason Robertson as they're leaving the ice for the intermission. He clearly did not like the knee on McDavid, so a little bit of they definitely wanted to give it back to Jason Robertson, but I think they also wanted to kind of play it smart, like don't take any stupid penalties, don't try to get yourself suspended, right? Like I'm trying to look for the highlight. I can't find the knee anywhere on Twitter. It's weird.
Kind of weird that you think sometimes I grab those things just to fire up the people, but I mean.
And if it was like a Bennington block in the back, that might be a little bit different story.
Yeah.
So.
Did you guys happen to hear Fleury mic'd up?
Yes, that whole fantastic.
Yeah, I did.
Man, those refs. I had someone tell me, he's like, as a linesman, there's no chance they'd let him do it, and I tried to push him, like, well, why? Why did they let Mike Smith and Cam Talbot fight? Goalie fights are awesome. Everyone loves them.
Bennington is the fakest tough guy in the league too, man. Like that guy has it coming.
Breaking news: our German friends have met Devin Shore.
Devin Shore.
They had a nice little meet and greet with Devin Shore, like they did with Leon Draisaitl. So he came out to meet them. Funny story: Gavin was in the office, and our German fellows sent a message to Devin Shore asking, "Is there any chance we can meet you?" Because he's just a fan of Devin Shore, and Devin Shore responded like, "Yeah, I'll meet you after the game." It's classy guy, Devin Shore.
How did he, like, on Twitter?
No, on Instagram. He sent him a message. And actually, he was looking yesterday or on Tuesday. He was looking for a Devon Shore jersey, a stitched up one. Couldn't find one, oddly enough. I remember seeing one outside the Oilers store once, actually. But he decided to buy a game used one instead for $400.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Devon Shore. I mean, he was kind of a whipping boy for a while, but now everyone's just so
ever since he
happy
changed
for
his
him.
number. Ever since he changed his number, right?
Did you know?
19 is such a good number.
You're giving it to Ekholm.
The modern day Steve Yzerman.
Yeah, well, or Sakic, pick your poison, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Pick one.
Nathan on Facebook says, "Hey guys, how's it going? What a game, Nathan! Thank you for joining us here tonight. Hit that like button on Facebook. You guys too on YouTube. We definitely need you to do that." Devin score. Dr. Gonzo sliding into DM success. Teach us. The Germans have a way.
The Germans have a way.
Yeah, they have some game, I guess, over there. So.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what he said. Like, yeah, you up? Probably not that type of thing, but found a way to make it work. The chat's going a little bit crazy right now. Everyone in there, make sure you hit that like button. While I have a second here, I know last time I threw it all at the end there and someone was like, this is my time to leave. Oodle Noodle. Check out Oodle Noodle locations in the city of Edmonton, giving away free Oilers Nation stickers to all fans. Once the playoffs get going, you want to stick that bad boy on your back window to let everyone know you're cheering on the Oil, and get some tasty noodles while you're there. On Facebook, Jane says, how can we get Kane going? Kane,
that's a good question.
A couple questionable passes, had a wide open empty net, puck bounced on him, drew a penalty. I don't know, Jaden. I'll throw it to the co-hosts here, but Waz, I mean, playing with Connor McDavid's a pretty good way, and just wait for goals to happen, don't you think?
Yeah, I think he's a little snake bitten as well. I think it's a case. We've seen that in the past with some players, and it's one of those things where it's like you want him to score now, but what if Kaner starts to score in the playoffs, right? Like, we're getting close. And last playoff run, Evander Kane came up big. He had like 2 hat tricks, I remember. He was big in Game 6. So, you'd like to see him score right now, but I think he's a little snake bitten. He's had a few injuries as well, which doesn't help. So I think he just needs to get in the rhythm of playing consistent games, and then the goals will come. It's just getting the puck a little bit more on his stick, and the goals will end up coming.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like you said, Was too. He's a little bit snake bitten, but I'm not really worried about his production because he still has 2 points in the last 3 games. He scored against Toronto on March 11th. So, and we all know Evander Kane is a little bit of a streaky goal scorer. So I think once he finds it back of the net on a more consistent basis, just look out again. And like we've seen last season. So I'm not worried about Evander Kane whatsoever.
Yeah, guy's been doing it for too long in this league. He'll get back on track for sure, and probably get some swagger.
For Evander Kane too, and like, even if he's not finding the back of the net, he's still out there helping the teams in other ways too, if it's just his physical presence anywhere on the ice kind of thing. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not worried about Evander Kane at all. You'll find
Yeah.
it.
I mean, yeah, and he just brings that swagger to the lineup for sure, and the toughness, and through the penalty, like we said. I also should say on the Fogle goal, great puck movement. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was great work, I believe, by the fourth line before
Mhm.
that to do some good work, get a change in, and pin in the Dallas Stars. So shout out to the fourth line. You always love to see that. Desiree on Facebook says, are shorthanded goals becoming the norm, or is this just McDavid magic? Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers, Gavin found the stat, 13 shorthanded goals this year. The Flyers, Canucks, and Hurricanes tied for second with 11. But Gavin, when you get McDavid out there, I mean, he's a threat. You bobble that stick on the line, it's going the other way.
Oh, for sure. And I like what Jay Woodcroft does too with McDavid. He kind of throws him out there at the tail end of the PK, so it transitions to 5-on-5 play. So what Jay Woodcroft is doing to this penalty kill, keep at it. Obviously, it's working. Yeah, sometimes it kind of bite us in the butt if we're a little bit too aggressive on the PK. But we've seen today the flip side of that, right? Like we scored another shorthanded goal, 13th of the year. So I like what we're doing on that end.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, play La Bamba, exactly.
Yeah, shout out to I don't know which version that was, but yeah, we'll give them some credit for that one.
That was Will Smith.
Will Smith does La
Barely.
Bamba? I think guy does it all. On the chat here on YouTube, I think a lot of people kind of echoing what we said about Evander Kane. Not too worried. It says a pop. He's been getting his chance. His timing will get better. Some stranger says those injuries affected his game.
100%.
Some people talking about just the rust factor. Yeah, I mean he'll figure it out. Like I said, this guy's been playing in the league for a long time. Frank on Facebook says he's missed a lot of games, so shine in the playoffs. That's when you need it. That is certainly when you need it.
We've seen that last year too with Evander Kane. Like one of my favorite playoff memories last year is when he flashing out that 7 in LA. Yeah. Oh, goosebumps.
Swag. As the YouTube chat tells us, and the TV beside me says, the Calgary Flames scoring again. They now lead 4-2.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah.
So by the end of the night, the Oilers could be within 6 points of first place.
And this might be Jonathan Quick's first loss in a Vegas sweater as well.
Ooh.
Oh, that was
what's
terrible.
funny?
Yeah, he's been 4-0 since he
so
joined them.
Calgary is playing in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe this could be their first ever victory in Vegas.
Yeah, I saw that stat earlier.
They've never won in Vegas. That's crazy.
Oh, did you guys see the goal? I think it's like Huberdeau from below the goal line off the back.
I saw the highlight. Yeah, it looked kind of greasy, but
also
backlink.
For those in the YouTube and Facebook, our friend Liam from Oilersnation Every Day also got to meet Devin Score. So everybody's meeting Mr. Shore after the game.
His buddy.
Yeah, I'm posting on our Instagram right now, so it's beautiful. It's a good time to be an Oilers fan.
I'm sure that'll make its way on Owen Every Day tomorrow morning as well.
Yeah. Susan asks on Facebook, actually, what is with Calgary beating Vegas?
Yeah.
It's good.
Any given night.
Yeah,
Any
good,
given
exactly.
night.
It's good for us.
Yeah. I mean, Oilers fans cheering for Calgary seems weird, but maybe cheering for Vegas to lose. I think that's how we word it.
Yeah, I think that's the way to word it for sure.
We got to give some shout out to the Sherwood Park Crusaders. They won last night 6-3 to even up their series at 2 apiece. So Liam, that's all Liam's scouting. He found guys to go out there.
And he's rocking the crew hat all day today. So he was a proud scout. Yeah. I'll tell you that.
Susan on Facebook, exactly. Cheering for Vegas to lose. You never cheer for Calgary. You cheer for Vegas to lose. Yeah. Pinged Connor. Okay, apparently I've been tagged in something on Twitter, so I'm just going to go check that one out very quickly. There's the picture. Zach posted it. This never works. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
The way Liam's looking at Devin Shore.
Oh, man. I want someone to look at me like Liam's looking at Devin's score right there. Holy, that smile.
You guys have never seen him smile like that.
I have he's just not personally.
That's me if I met Derek Ryan.
Looks like a male model. Oh, man. And he's got the good orange jersey on, not like the highlighter orange.
We might find that picture on GQ's cover in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Love it. Loomis, thank you for tagging me and coming in clutch so we could share that picture. You know what? With the new camera, that actually picked it up pretty decently. The old camera could not have done that one.
Yeah, people are making some comments in the YouTube chat about your new camera. Everyone's
you know what? I come from a radio background, so I'm like, well, how's the audio? Do we sound good? Can you hear us? But
How are the levels? Yeah.
everyone's like, no, you got to fix that camera. You look like a blob. I now I'm like working on my skincare routine so I can try to look a little bit better for everyone. This HD, it's tough. Yeah, Tyson says Liam must be over the moon. Corb says Liam starstruck. Maynard, that was me when I met Lady Di. Did you actually meet Lady Di, or are you doing that as a joke? Because that would actually be very cool. And Lance, I'm very happy for our little British boy. Everyone's pretty jealous. Devin Score,
Yeah, I know I am.
Post of the town. Jackson, so what do you say about the 2025 All-Star game if Edmonton is hosting the All-Star game? I don't know. I mean, that's a random question.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, because like I know Bettman touched on it too, but they're waiting for the ice sister to be fully finished before we get either a draft or a All-Star game. So I guess just wait and see.
I thought it was fully finished. I mean, I guess we'll wait and see what else.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyson, did Connor's camera go a little blurry after he showed his phone? I can see that. I thought it was like my eyes or something, but glad you guys can too. That's what happens when I try to do it. Dr. Gonzo, all my homies listen to AM radio. Yes, I don't know. I think 2 to 6, Jason Greger show. Tune in to Strutty Greger and myself. I'll give myself a little bit of a plug here. 121 people in the chat right now. Make sure you hit that like button on Facebook. I don't know the exact numbers. I guess I could go take a look and see if it tells me. But make sure you also hit that like button. Subscribe to Oilers Nation on all their platforms. You got Oilers Nation every day. Tyler Yaremchuk every day at noon. So some really good content from the Oilers Nation team. Quick question. We touched on it a little bit. The Oilers taking on the Seattle Kraken on Saturday, 2:00 puck drop. But down at the Pint, we've got the Oilers Nation, the 15th birthday bash. Going to be an awesome time. Waz, are you partaking in any celebrity bartending, or what are you going to be up to during the event?
No, I'm not. I will be doing street teaming, so I'll be using my mini mic and asking people questions. I don't trust myself behind a bar, to be honest. So I'm like, too much pressure.
One for you, one for me, right?
Also, quick note, breaking news from our Oilers Nation content group chat. Liam Horbin says, "Thank you, everyone. My time at Oilers Nation has been great. I'm not sure if it gets better than this. Farewell." So the Devon Shore moment has peaked. His time at ON, and he is maybe Gavin takes over for ON every day. So
that's how it happens. Yeah. That is how it happens. One guy's loss is Gavin's gain. Susan says, "Love Oilers Nation." Thank you, Gavin. You'll be at the event as well. You'll be street teaming, or what are you doing?
No, I'm actually the bouncer checking everyone in at the front door. Yeah, seeing if anyone's trying to sneak in. I'm checking their tickets, and then I'm also helping with the setup as well. Because I'm helping with the setup earlier, and then checking in people around noonish.
The muscle. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I won't be there, and we won't have Oilers Nation After Dark. I'll be in Banff for my stag, so I'll be having a good time down there.
Nice.
Well, you guys are having a good time here. So if you want to go, though, nationgear.ca. Tickets, $20.07. If you can put that together, that's $2,007, and all the money going to support free play for kids. So absolutely fantastic. And if they're sold out, sorry about it.
I do believe we are sold out. Also, one final note: Daniel Nugent Bowman just tweeted. Jay Woodcroft said that Ryan McLeod is day to day with an upper body injury, and is not expected to join the Oilers on the road for their Saturday matinee in Seattle.
I wonder if we'll get Zach Hyman back for Saturday here, because I know he was taking line rushes this morning and he stayed out later. So
on the broadcast, I know Jack and Michael were saying that they expect to see Hyman in Seattle.
Yeah.
So
if he was taking line rushes, like I would expect it as well. So one can hope.
Yeah, Greg and Rashad were talking about that today. He said line rushes were taken, everyone got their hopes up, and then it was like right as he was about to speak to the media, he's kind of pulled away and did a little extra cardio at the end of practice. So good sign. He's got to be close.
I think this is awesome to know. Like the Oilers aren't necessarily rushing players back; they're taking their time a little bit, like a little precautionary, especially at this time of the season. You want your players as healthy as possible, especially heading into the playoffs. We had big injuries going into the playoff run, and I'm pretty sure that kind of did impact us against Colorado, Darnell Nurse. So,
well, and that's a good thing about the Edmonton Oilers roster now. We have that depth. So if a guy like Zach Hyman needs to step out for a couple games just for maintenance or his like body aches kind of thing, we have that depth now that can easily replace him in the lineup. Yeah, obviously it hurts without Zach Hyman, but we still have guys that can step in the meantime now.
Absolutely. I was just going to say Matthias Janmark, 15 minutes. Warren Fogle, 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Bukestad, 15 minutes. Like, he got
And
guys
and
that can do
Yarmark
it.
showed up. Like he potted 2 goals tonight, right? So those depth guys, they're stepping in and they're so making a difference for us, which is huge. And like in the years past, we haven't been getting that, and this year we are. So, and that's why like we're going on this nice run that we're going on now, and that's why that we are now 17-5-5 in our last 27 games, and the depth on the Edmonton Oilers has been a huge part of that.
My TV is very far behind, but I do believe the Calgary Flames are about to score another goal.
They did to Foley.
Oh, big rebound, juicy. Okay, well, 5-2 Flames lead the Vegas Golden Knights. Good sign for the Oilers. Not so good as far as the LA Kings. After 40 minutes, they lead Columbus 4-0, and Seattle San Jose after 40 minutes scoreless. So that's an interesting one. San Jose putting up a bit of a fight. Before we wrap up here, guys, what did you make of Philip Broberg? Draws back into the lineup, gets 9 minutes, 36 seconds on the power play. He was on the PK for a mere 13 seconds. Had a block, 1 shot, was a +1. What did you think of Broberg in his return?
Oh, I didn't notice him too much, but I'll take that as a positive. He was quiet. I like Broberg a lot. I think he's really smart with the puck, and I think he's just comfortable in the NHL right now. And I know he's young; he's still got a lot to learn. But I like Broberg a lot. So he didn't really there wasn't any concerns, but he also didn't wow me.
Gavin, same sort of things.
Yeah, and like the same thing. Like it's nice getting Philip Broberg back into the Edmonton Oilers lineup because, and now if we need him down the stretch, like he's a little bit fresher kind of thing. So it's nice getting him back in the lineup, kind of getting his feet moving a little bit. If we do need him, if for whatever reason, hopefully not, but if just in case someone on our blue line goes down, we have Broberg still. But at the same time, yeah, like he didn't really stand out to me in a negative way. So it's good to get him out there, even if it was just for the 9 minutes tonight.
On YouTube, some people saying, well, Kyle's asking who's all at the party Saturday. I mean, if you're anybody, you're at the party on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm nobody.
Most of Oilers Nation, like us, will be there. So
I think Ty is bartending with Zach. I was trying to take a look at the list. So yeah, have some shots with them. Our other producer, Aaron Bordado, will be there having a good time. I can just tell he's a good time.
In Vegas for sure. He was my roommate in Vegas, and we had a good time.
He gives those vibes. So if you, I'm sorry I brought it up. If it's too late, maybe a sore subject, but you got to be quick on these things. They sell out quick. You have to take advantage of it. Go ahead.
Oh, Jason Greger tweeted a line from Woodcroft about the neon knee. He said, I saw it live and I haven't seen a replay. I don't think Robertson is a dirty player who was hunting Connor's knee, but it was a dangerous play. So, yeah.
I would totally agree. And then that maybe wasn't why there was a bigger reaction from the Oilers. Get in there, let them know, and skate away. Corb just says here that Liam's moving to the Caribbean to become a banana farmer. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
That would be a nice little gig.
I like it.
Lance says we need Lowtide in here to plug his book. I wonder if Lowtide would join us one night. Maybe we can ask him.
I would love to read his book.
It's 10:17. It's kind of late.
And shout out to Lance. Actually, on Owen every day, he actually called a Matthias Janmark goal tonight. So shout out to Lance on that one.
One of our Germans actually almost called a shout out. He said it was gonna be 3-0. So he was close on that.
Yeah.
I believe Lance also said that he's kind of got the touch, so he'll pick or bet on a Evander Kane goal, so it will come on Saturdays. So that will be good. Tyson says Woodcroft has a way with words. Couldn't have said it better myself. QF Pro says Robertson isn't a dirty player, and Lance says he had the face of my bad McDavid. So yeah, people were fired up for a little bit on here, but we've all kind of calmed down, and it's all good. Best case scenario. Best thing that happened, Connor McDavid skates away unharmed. Okay, well, we'll wrap this one up. I also got to mention AMA travel. If you want to plan a late vacation, go watch the Oilers on the road. Maybe you can go to Seattle on Saturday. I think AMA could get it done. Check them out, AMA Travel. They're awesome, do all the great work with the Nation Vacations. And my fiance, I said this before, she was fired up when she heard they were a sponsor because she uses them for all her vacations. She travels a lot more than I do. Okay. Let's get to a prediction here to wrap up the show. Waz will get a Betway pick as well as your final score prediction for the Oilers and Kraken on Saturday.
My Betway pick is that Derek Ryan scores a goal.
Your buddy?
Yes. Us. He's 4 away from reaching a new career high in goals. So
and that means a new jersey for you, right?
Yes, I probably will end up buying anyways. People are pestering me, but I would put a 4-2 Oilers win. I feel like you got to go with a win. The vibes are high. There's gonna be a party at the Pint. We're gonna have a good time.
Gavin, what do you got? A betway and a score prediction.
Okay, so we're talking about Evander Kane. I think he's going to score, but I'm going to chase the juice, and Evander Kane is going to score 2 on Saturday, and then I'm going to go the Edmonton Oilers win by a score of 4-1.
My goodness. Okay, so Connor McDavid's at 57 goals, right?
No.
He gets to 60 on Saturday. Connor McDavid hat trick. That's my betway pick.
I like it, actually.
The
It's a
Pint
tough
will
one.
be.
Because I don't think he's
bumping
had a
in
hat
that.
trick since that game against Chicago, so he's due for that. And he's had so many 2-goal games, so he's due for that 3.
One might say he's due, and with that, I guess I got to take the Oilers winning 6-2. Stuart Skinner with another good performance. They don't get that shutout that they are after, but I think they'll do pretty well. Frank on Facebook says Hattie on Saturday for McDavid. Frank, great minds, my friend. Great minds. If you're watching right now on YouTube, again, hit that like button. The Oilers going to get it done. Ewan chimes in. The magic number for the playoffs, 22 points. Good to see. Good to see. We got to get back into the playoffs. And, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got some more predictions. Gonzo's with me, 6-2 Oilers. Upop says 5-2 Oilers. Dakota says, let's go. Yes, let's go. Tyson, 8-3 Oilers. McDavid hat trick. QF Pro, 5-2 every day. Yeah, a lot of confidence, as there should be.
Yeah, especially after tonight. So, definitely.
And now the Calgary Flames have a 6-2 lead. They just scored an empty netter. So,
yeah, chalk that one up.
Yes or no? The Flames make the playoffs, Was.
Oh no, they're not. I'm sorry. It's absolute no. Just do us a favor, Calgary. Give us a nice little, easy push to the playoffs. But about that, yeah, no, they're not making it. No.
Gavin, any chance?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They have so many things against them right now in the standings, and obviously Mass is not on their side. So I don't think Calgary makes it either.
And the Flames out shooting Vegas too, 28-19. Let's maybe Vegas took them a little bit lightly.
He's got another one, 7-2.
Are they the Florida Panthers playing Montreal tonight? Holy cow. Tonight was a good night.
I wanted them to get the 10. They had 9 with 5 minutes left in the second period, but they didn't get the 10.
I saw the over-under jump to 14.5. That's amazing.
I saw your tweet about that. I had a good laugh.
Yeah, a lot of people very confident in the Oilers. Conman with the most. Blaze, let's go. I don't know, man. I feel like let's go is just such a basic thing to say whenever anything gets good. It's just it, and I find myself saying it now because it just rolls off the tongue so easily. I don't know. All right, let's wrap this one up. Big thank you to everyone who tuned into the show tonight across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Oilers Nation across all those platforms. Give them a like. That goes a long way for us. Again, the Oilers now with a record of 38, 23, and 8, or 82 points. They sit third in the Pacific with a big matchup against the Seattle Kraken coming up on Saturday. One more time, we got to pass along our condolences again. Constable Travis Jordan and Brett Ryan, unfortunately, being killed today in the line of duty. We just, again, our condolences to their friends, family, colleagues. On behalf of all of us, thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll talk to you on Monday after the Oilers take on the San Jose Sharks. It's a 7:30 start, so have a coffee. We'll talk to you after the game. And once again, thank you for tuning in tonight.